Hello, this is Jessica McKay. I'm an intuitive counselor at jessicamckay.com. Thank you for watching this on numerologist.com. This is your November Spirit Guide reading. So go ahead and take a moment to connect in with yourself, connect with your intuition, get into that still place inside you, and ask which message is perfect for you for the month of November. Message number 1, number 2, or number 3. Okay, so if you were drawn to message number 1, the card that comes up for you is change. And the sense I get about this is that there's a part of you that feels like you're tired of doing things a certain way. You want to do things your way. And there's a playfulness to this card. The colors are very playful. And so this can be fun. This can be a fun exploration of how you want to live life. And so the message I'm really getting with this is that it's about changing your mind about something, changing your belief system. And the way that we change our belief system is really just by recognizing that everything we believe, almost everything, was given to us when we were young. It was downloaded into your mind by the people around you. They taught you what was good and bad and right and wrong with you. And you took that on. You really had no choice. And as we mature, as we become adults, we still have those neural pathways in the brain and those opinions about how we have to show up in life and what we have to do to please other people. And so my sense with this card is that you are being invited to please yourself and to do things in a way that honors what's best for you. And I know that sometimes when I talk about that, it can sound like I'm saying that it's okay to be selfish and don't care about anybody else. But really what I'm saying is that we've all been in some way domesticated to put other people first. And it's very damaging because it negates what's moving in you and what's true for you. And the more that you please other people and do what you think they need you to do in order to get their love or be accepted by them in some way, you give up what you came here to experience. There's no way for you to live your purpose, to do what you came here to do, if you're always putting other people in front of you. And so I feel like this card, this can be about outer changes as well. Everything is always changing, but I feel that this is about inner change for you. You're changing your mind. You're changing your opinion. You're changing the way you want to do things in the world. And you're having fun with it. This is a very fun and playful card. And so I encourage you to look at your belief system when it comes to the places where you feel stressed. Like if you're doing too much, if your boundaries are weak and you're letting other people dictate how you have to do something. And this could be at your work, this could be in a relationship or with a group of friends or with family especially. Family has certain expectations and you're not responsible for their expectations and the way they think you should live life. No, so I feel like this is about your liberation and your freedom, and that's what's changing. So that is the message with this card. Go inside, meditate. You know what your belief system is when you're having an experience that's negative and you're not feeling good. If you're feeling stressed or anxious or afraid or angry, there's a thought going on. There are thoughts that you're thinking that are out of alignment with who you really are. So every time you notice that you've moved into a suffering state where you're not happy, you're dissatisfied, examine your thoughts around it and then see how you can change what you believe. If you're thinking that you're obligated to do something, well, maybe not. Maybe not. So be open to exploring that. So that's the message. And if you were drawn to message number 2, the card that comes up is power. And I feel that this is your power. This is a power that dwells inside you, that is always there, but you may be feeling powerless, or you may be feeling like no matter how hard you try to change something in your life, it just isn't changing and you feel powerless around it. So that's a certain perception. And like I said in the previous message, that's a perception that's given to us. It's downloaded into our minds the first time that we express power. So the first time that you ever expressed your power, it probably was an emotional experience when you were little. You were expressing anger, or you were crying. You were having a very powerful experience, and you were saying, "No, I don't like this." And usually what happens is that was shut down. The people around you didn't appreciate it. They didn't want you to be angry. They didn't want you to be sad. So they rejected that expression of power that was rising up in you and coming out. So you've learned that your being powerful is not okay. You'll be rejected if you're too powerful. You'll be ostracized. You'll be judged. And so you've learned that you don't have power. Really, you've hidden it away. You've buried your power under a rock. And so this card is inviting you to go in there and reconnect with that power, which is that permission to feel your feelings and express your feelings, to let your voice be heard. You know, the power that you have to get your needs met is really unparalleled. It's very strong. You have a tremendous amount of power. And it's just that most of the time you don't know it. You've forgotten. You've forgotten how powerful you are because you've bought into the dream of powerlessness, of it's not safe to be powerful, and I need to just be quiet and, let them get their way so that I don't stand out and I'm not rejected. And so it's not always comfortable, it's not always easy, but you can take baby steps here. The first step for you is just to recognize that you have power. So you don't have to go around ordering everybody, you don't have to do this in a way that doesn't feel good to you. Just connect with the power that you are. Sit in meditation, connect with your stillness, and connect with the emotions that you have buried under the rug and repressed. So just sit in the quiet. Be aware of your body. See what's going on in your body. What emotions are in there that you're trying to push down? You're always in the process of pushing something down. Ask yourself, what are you denying in this moment? What are you trying to push away? And then whatever that is, welcome it back. Bring it back to the table. Welcome it in. So that is going to help you reconnect with the power that you are. So that's the message. All right, so if you were drawn to message number 3, the card that comes up is fulfillment. And so, are you fulfilled? Are you happy? And if not, why not? What's missing? The tendency is to compare yourself to other people and to think that if you had the life they had, or if you had the loving partnership they have, or if you had the great job they had, then you would be fulfilled. And it's an illusion. It's just a dream. Your fulfillment lives inside you. And I realize that's been the theme of this reading, but your fulfillment is inside of you. It's in the present moment. It's in remembering the preciousness of who you are. And your fulfillment is really in accepting yourself, loving yourself. When you don't feel fulfilled, when you're not happy in your relationships, when you're not happy with what you do every day, it's because part of you, it's like you don't feel that you're enough. And you think that if you could just do things the way other people are doing them, or have the luck that they have, you could be happy too. But the happiness is not about all that stuff. The happiness is about knowing that you're enough and accepting every single part of who you are. Because when you do that, you attract the loving relationship. If you are in relationships that don't feel fulfilled, it's like if you always find yourself wanting love but not finding it, or dating different people and they all turn out to be unavailable, stuff like that, there's something going on inside of you. There's something going on in there, and what's going on is that you're not loving and truly accepting yourself. That sounds cliche. It sounds like just a bunch of psychology and philosophy, or just like a thing that you say, a quote that somebody says. But I have found that this is really true. And if you're spinning your wheels and you don't have a sense of direction, and you don't know what you even want that would make you happy or that would make you feel fulfilled, it's because you're disconnected from the part of you that knows what you want and that knows that she has the power to go get it. So that's really the bottom line here. So it's not about the stuff, the relationships, the things, the abundance. It's about knowing that you're okay and loving who you are. And that's not easy, because that's not something you were taught to do. You were taught to reject yourself. That's what everybody was taught to do, is judge themselves and reject themselves. So you're a master at that. You know how to do that. It comes naturally. And accepting yourself, which means being okay with how you're showing up in the moment, doesn't come naturally to you. It did when you were born, but that got kind of beaten out of you as you matured. And so the message here, again, as with the other cards, is about reconnecting with that precious part of you that is enough, and connecting with that intuition, that stillness, that wisdom inside of you that's under the surface of the chaos of life. Connecting with that presence and resting in it, and being okay with who you are and how your life is in the moment. Look at the blessings right now. So look at all the blessings that show up for you, and you'll begin training your brain to notice the blessings more and more, rather than comparing your life to others. So that's if you're not feeling fulfilled. And so this card is asking you to step into the fulfillment of life itself, the blessings that are already around you, the gift of who you are, that precious gift, that unique, beautiful person that you are inside. Connect with him, connect with her, and love that part of you. And you'll have, everything else will come. All the ways that you really want to show up in life, all the things you wish you had, those things will come. And when you really, really love and accept yourself, you'll need a lot less of that out there to feel like you're enough anyway. So those are the messages for November. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope that these messages were of service to you. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to this channel and watch our next videos now.